Hi everyone, this is David Olson with the Nebraska Forest Service, and today we're looking at a red maple that's suffering from severe chlorosis. Now, chlorosis is used to refer to a number of different nutrient deficiencies in the tree, which is usually in reference to a micronutrient, so things that aren't your classic nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. In the case of a lot of our trees in Nebraska, this is usually going to be iron chlorosis, which means that the tree basically isn't getting enough iron out of the soil. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not iron in the soil, it just means that there isn't iron in a form that's easily taken up by the tree, and that's usually due to our high alkaline soils. Basically, our pHs are a little bit high for some tree species where the iron gets bound up and they're not able to actually take it up. And when that happens, what you'll see is the tree kind of taking on this distinct lime green, or even in severe cases, yellow color. And the big thing here is that you'll see that the veins are actually still dark in relation to the rest of the leaf. So in between the veins of the leaf, you'll see kind of that lime green or yellow color, and the veins themselves will still maintain that more healthy green color. Now, a number of tree species can experience this. As I mentioned, this is a red maple. This is a common species that it occurs on. Probably one of the most common are pin oaks, and oaks in the red oak family. We generally recommend against planting, especially in Nebraska, and going with something in the white oak group, just because they're better at getting that iron out of the soil. So there are a number of different treatment options for trees that are suffering from chlorosis, but keep in mind these are going to have to be things that are going to need to be done for the rest of the life of the tree. Now, sometimes it's as simple as just correcting some environmental issues. Sometimes when trees are experiencing chlorosis, it's due to some sort of environmental stress. Maybe they've been getting too much water, maybe they have a girdling root or some kind of root issue, or been planted too deep. In those areas, it can be corrected. You can give the tree less water, that might help to improve it. Other times, however, you might have to treat with a soluble iron, either as a spray-on application or as an injection treatment. Another common method to treat for this is to actually try and amend the soil, and there's various methods that go into details about that on our website. So with iron chlorosis or other forms of chlorosis, it is going to be a continuous battle to kind of keep the tree healthy, especially if it's not from some sort of environmental stress, which is why we generally recommend planting species of trees that aren't known to have issues with this in Nebraska. Now, as I mentioned, they can have other forms of chlorosis as well. Iron is the most common. Sometimes we see spruce with manganese deficiencies as well. If you are curious about that, it would involve both a soil and a foliage test to determine what the tree is actually lacking in. But in most cases, what we see are certain tree species suffering from iron chlorosis. So going forward, it's generally best just to try and plant tree species that are going to deal a little bit better with that sort of problem and be able to actually get the iron out of the soil that they need. So if you like this video, be sure to click subscribe down below and hit the bell notification icon so you know when the Nebraska Forest Service releases new videos in the future.